We are live in the studios, in the D2E studios. Yes, yes, yes,
Let's go.
yes.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
It's the one and only Pinky Lou, make the people them face crew, but I always keep it true. Alongside my
Y-
co-host.
Unity Empress, nevertheless, no stress from the east to the north, the south to the west.
Ah, so you guys already know what it is. It's Talk the Things Them Thursday. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute that we've been up in here. And thank you all who are joining in. And thank you everybody that's gracing us today with your
Yes.
presence.
Bless. We appreciate y'all.
So, topic of discussion. So, the biggest topic that I'm going to be talking about is the mother. Now, I don't know if you guys are unaware, so I'll give you guys a bit of backstory when I say this topic. We're going to talk about the mother and son who was attacked in Chicago by a bunch of children because the mother was protecting her son after school after being dismissed. So this happened about today's Thursday. This happened Tuesday. Now, the next day, a bunch of parents did rally in front of the school to address their concerns on these children's behavior, and these children need to be held accountable for their actions. And also, the parents of these children need to be held accountable for these actions. Now, this situation touched my heart. One, because I've been that mom. I've been that mom. Now, when I say that, oh, and I forgot to add, she is pregnant. She is pregnant. So she is a mother of two and one on the way. Her 9-year old son was being bullied. And from what I've read in regards to this whole situation, the child had been bullying for almost 2 years. The mother addressed concerns with the school. As you can see, the school never really did anything about it. Now, my thing is, this is usually what happens when it comes to bullying in the schools with children. Yeah, we'll talk to the children about it. We'll, let them know that this behavior is not acceptable. Until now, the bullying goes overboard. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate. Like I said earlier, I was a mom in this similar situation. I wasn't pregnant, but I just had a baby 3 months prior. So my daughter, she was 12, turning 13, and a bunch of girls around the same age, a little bit older than her, came and tried to jump her. Now, y'all know how I gets down. Don't come for my child unless you're prepared for the backlash. And I don't give a fuck if you're a child or not. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna protect mine. So I did what I have to do. And the same thing with this what this mother did. She basically addressed the concerns like I did myself. I told my daughter, go to the school, let the school know this is going on, blase, and nothing was done. So when my daughter now is avoiding this girl and you're taunting her and you're coming now with weapons and a bunch of your friends for my daughter, I'm going to do what I need to do. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't injured. They were more injured, but this woman, on the other hand, was injured, and so was her child. And from what I've read, they dragged her to the ground, they kick her up, them Then first with the little boy who's 9, and then from there attacked her. Now, I don't know how I would feel if me being one of those parents saw that one of my children were the children who participated in these acts.
So that brings us to the fact that a lot of times it has to do with it starts with the home.
Yes.
It starts with
Now
the home
it does because
and how these kids are often brought up and the influence that they have around them and their environment
a lot of these
that plays a
mothers,
part.
are saying peer pressure, peer pressure. Okay, I get it, peer pressure, whatever. But at the same time, your child should know to be a leader and not a follower. So if your child knows right from wrong, because from what I look at that video, those girls look pretty big. Them look pretty.
They all of them looked pretty much older than that young
The
boy that
little
they were
boy, yes,
doing.
yes. So from what I see, you know right from wrong. So you want come cry crocodile tear and on and then, oh, you're sorry, for what you did, and then your mother is in the background coaching you on what to say, and you're crying because you have to go and apologize for your actions. No, you're crying because
You
you're
get
in
catch.
you get catch. You get catch. That's why you're bawling for. You're not bawling because you feel sorry. You're not bawling because you feel remorse. You didn't feel no ways when you saw that was a woman pregnant.
hmm
What if that was your mother's?
And they're not thinking of that because youth like that don't think about consequences. They don't think about the results of their action. They just think about in the moment. That's what the problem
Because
is.
what if it was you kids who came for somebody like me? Like I said,
They would have fuck around and found out. That's what
exactly, exactly. Because like I wasn't pregnant, but I just had a baby 3 months prior when that incident happened. So
Mhm.
it's still healing, but at the same time, I wanted to mama bear mood, and it was like, what? Who are
Mhm.
you coming? Yo, you got the
So
wrong
the
one.
question is, what should be the overcome? What should be done about
Well, these
this?
children should be held in juvenile hall. They should be criminally charged for assaults.
Now, what if? Now, I don't like to wish bad, but hypothetically speaking, I don't know the real what happened in the aftermath of this.
Yes, because I don't even know if the
If
woman's
she
baby.
lost the kid or
Yes,
not.
if the babies
So
are
now,
right.
if
From what I see, she is still pregnant.
She is.
For
so
the
now
video.
what
And
if
luckily, there
now
was no harm done to the
But now,
baby.
Yes,
what if after being born, something happens to that baby, like some
yes,
deficiency or something or
right,
whatnot?
right. Well, then,
Now, what should be done about that?
well, me personally, I don't think only the children should be held accountable.
Their
I think the
parents, right?
parents. I think also the
So
parents.
you're thinking
Absolutely.
that if it comes down to that, right? Down to like if it comes down to the courts,
hmm
Yep.
they should be probably be accountable by
Yes.
paying for the medical bills
Yep.
or
Definitely.
anything
Yep.
else or
For
all of
sure.
that, right?
And they should
Yep.
take some form of parenting classes,
And I also,
conflict resolution,
yes,
anger management. A lot of these parents don't have that kind of skill, so they
yes,
actually imprint, their bad habits onto their
on the
children.
children.
And a lot of times, even though like not to have much sympathy for kids that do bad stuff, but at the
Hmm.
end of the day, a lot of times it's a result of what's happening at home that they
Well,
can't control,
another thing
and they
is
take it out on
it
other kids
seems
and
like
stuff.
these kids ain't so stupid because it seems like it wasn't on school property, right?
Exactly.
So they made sure it wasn't on school property.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So if it was on school property, the school has a lot more to say and do about it, right?
absolutely,
Goes
absolutely.
it goes to say,
But who knows when it started though?
you know,
You
it
know
it
what I mean?
Could have
It could
started
have
on the
started
property,
on the
but
yep.
property with taunting.
Well,
You know what I
no,
mean?
it
Before
did start. It
before
did
before
start.
they started actually
It
videotaping, before we actually
actually,
saw it.
from what I
Yeah.
understand and hearing the mother's perspective on after the incident, she said she told they were trailing her, and she told her children to come across the street to get away from them. So she did what she had to do to avoid them, right?
True, but you know what?
And they still
I'm gonna play
followed
devil's
her.
advocate here. Because they're from the same school,
Mhm.
she should have went back in the school.
Mm,
Because why? Two reasons. One, because of there's cameras.
right, right.
Two, the school has no choice to be accountable now. So, like, I know it happened in a flash, but she should have thought more, a little more
I agree. I agree.
defensive and thinking what is best for her child and
Mhm.
for herself, for her own protection. I don't know if they already left the property and they followed them,
That's
or
exactly what
and if
happened.
but she made it back to the school. You said, right?
No, 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 no. So it happened after school. So on upon dismissal, when she went to go pick up her son, because he's 9, right?
Mhm.
So she picked up her child from school, and she had her little daughter also with her too. And I think her daughter may be, from it looks like, maybe 3 4 at that. um and they even pulled the little baby's hair, the little baby girl's hair. They even pulled her hair too. So I'm like, you children, like, if I was your mother, you see how Christmas around the corner, you see how Black Friday around the corner, you would have find out why they call it Black Friday.
True, but
You would have find out,
like
say
as
why.
always, I like to play the devil's advocate. I know that the children did it, but who brought them up? Who they grew up? Who raised them? Who
Exactly.
feeds them? And all of that. So that means they're the ones who are responsible for their upbringing.
Well, from what I've heard from the mothers of these children, oh, don't act like you've never been peer pressured and blase. No, there's a difference between peer pressure, and there's a difference when you are disrespecting your elders. So what that shows me is there's no respect in the home. That means these children can talk to their parents anyway. You're probably the kind of that you're probably the kind of parents that your children could cuss and carry on
But like I'm saying,
in front of you,
the
and you don't
upbringing,
curve that behavior.
the upbringing. Like I'm saying, like look, I know that there's devil children. Yes, that's
Mhm.
true. Okay, that's true. But we're not talking about that right
No,
now.
no, no.
But I'm saying on the general sense right now. Okay, on the general sense, majority of the time. Okay, when the kids are lashing out or whatever the fuck they're doing
Hmm.
on whatever behavior, you have to see who's the one who raised them.
Right, right.
So they're the ones who are responsible for their upbringing, for
Yes,
their character, for them
I
of
agree.
their
I agree.
actions.
Cause we've all been children. We've all done some stupidness, but we knew when and what to do. We knew if we ever, and even my own children know this. Yo, if somebody disrespects you, you have all rights to defend yourself.
I already told my nephew this. Look here, if you got problems at school and all that, don't put me in problems because first things first, it's gonna go through a formula here. First
Yes.
things first, I want to know who's the kid, and
Yep.
after that, I want to know who the parents are,
Yes.
and then after that, then it's gonna get real. Because how it's gonna get real, I'm gonna tell the school, yo, I need to know who the parents are so we could have a meeting.
So
You know what I
let me
mean?
let me let me
A
let me just
meeting.
let me intervene here, so I can speak on my own. Like I said, this is why this was touching.
And one more thing, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
And if the school can't do nothing, I would tell them straight, just like I'm tell law enforcement. If you can't do nothing about this, and if me hear one more thing, listen here, I may be looking upon the pitney too, eh? Yo, you're gonna put your parents in problem. You love your parents, right? Then go, yeah, okay, good. Make sure this one you don't do nothing no more. Otherwise, your parents there, because the school is not gonna do nothing. I'm gonna do something to them.
Okay.
So if you like your parents, that's how I'll be doing it like that. Don't look upon my little one anymore.
I agree. I agree. I
Just
agree.
like that.
I
And
think you're-
then the message will be laid across.
yes.
So what if we took the devil advocate to another level now? But because even with the conversation, what you said about some of the parents, say peer pressure. What about the parents that do try to do their best, but they might be busy? Say they work long
Yes.
hours, so they can't really be there to regulate their children. So they probably try their best by their children, and like you
There's
said, peer
something wrong
pressure.
in there's something wrong in the
There's
home.
still something wrong with the home, yes, but
Something wrong in the
to
home.
what degree
Because why I'm
do
saying
we,
that, because I hear what you're saying,
crucify
but there's
certain
been
parents?
there's been parents who be doing a lot and all that, and they still got time for the little ones. So you know what I
No,
Exactly.
mean?
you're
Like
right.
I
Exactly.
hear what you're saying, but
You're
there's
right.
ones who sacrifice
Yup.
whatever, and they still
Yup.
juggling it all.
Yep.
So
Because
there's no excuse for that, because there's even
exactly.
hardworking mothers or single mothers
Thank
out
you.
there
Thank you.
and doing maybe
Mhm.
2 jobs
Thank you.
Mhm.
and still have time for that little one.
Mhm.
So
No,
what,
absolutely.
yo,
I'm
you
not
know?
saying
You're
no,
looking at
for
one of
sure.
them. You're looking at
Oh,
one of them.
whoa.
I'm
Oh,
that
whoa.
mom. I am that mom. When it comes to my kids, and everybody knows this, I go
So now
in for mine.
Yeah,
when
but
I
I'm
hear
just
when
saying you could go into for your kid, and that doesn't stop your kid from
look here,
giving into peer pressure
let's
and maybe making decisions that you as a
Okay.
parent wouldn't approve
Okay,
of.
but then that's when but it still starts from the home. So if
So
my
then,
child sees I do everything for you, right? And it basically comes down to conversations outside of the home. You know, um somebody somebody brought it up. We're always taught, you know, you don't talk about what's going on inside your home. You know, you know, for chat, you can go out the road and talk my business. I met people know what's going on inside of my home. What if there's a situation going on inside your home where you are being put?
that's why some of these the talks of these black boys them
Mm-hmm.
missing.
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
Okay, they don't talk about the other side. What's
Mm-hmm.
going on in the home?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they missing? Why
Why?
are they running away?
Exactly.
Okay.
mhm,
Exactly. So, it goes, you will see how a child acts by the way their parents, what values and things they've installed in their child.
mhm.
Now, am I saying my daughter is a prince, is a innocent little angel? No, me not say that girl that I want piece of more upon her. But at the end of the day, she knows there's boundaries, and this is what it comes down to is I'm very open with her too. Like, I don't sugarcoat. I don't make her think the world is unicorn and rainbows.
Well, you
This
know,
is what it
well,
is.
you know
And
what?
if you ever feel that you're in a situation and you're uncomfortable, come and talk to me.
One thing I've analyzed with children over the years, and I'm sure you all hear this:
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
don't spoil children,
Mm-hmm.
because you know what happens when you spoil them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying you can't love them,
Of course.
but once you spoil them and you spoil them rotten for over the years, and they
Yes.
grow up, right, knowing that they were spoiled,
Yep.
That entitlement.
Yes.
entitlement. Normally, what will happen to them? They're gonna either get killed, or they're gonna go to jail,
Yep.
or something worse, or something that
Mm-hmm.
happens, or whatever, because of being spoiled, because of being spoiled, being used to being yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
after one
Yes.
Getting
day
what you want.
saying no,
Then.
and they're not used to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say, do not spoil children. Always show them the value of life.
Exactly.
And things could be taken away,
Exactly. In
Mhm.
a
and
second. And
consequences.
that's what's saddening about this whole situation is that everything that's going on in the world right now, people across the world right now. Big up Jamaica. Big 'em up. Big up. Out of one people, out of many.
Mhm.
One people out of many. And the way the world is coming together to help out Jamaica. This is why it's sick in my stomach to see this, is because what what is going on in these children's homes that you cannot be showing gratitude and gratefulness that there's still a roof over your head, that you actually get to go to school, that you actually get to go to the internet,
Like I said,
that
spoiled. We
that
got too much. I've said
Yeah,
this
the
before.
entitlement.
mhm,
It's an
Mhm.
entitlement. Not only that, like we're in the information age, and there's too much information. Way too
Mhm.
much
yes,
information for
Mhm.
these youths, and
yes,
it's scary for me for
Mhm.
that. And they're entitled to being smart, and they're thinking that
Mhm.
they're smarter than any.
Smarter than everybody.
You know
yes,
what I mean? But they're not smarter in life, but they think they're smarter in everything, right?
exactly,
So they think they know it all, and they think
yes,
that they could get out of all, but meanwhile they don't know shit.
Mhm.
yep.
Okay.
It's true.
Absolutely.
It's true because this is where, like I said, these children, like I said, something's going on in the home, and like I said earlier, my daughter is not a princess, but would I expect her to do something like what?
Look here,
Hell
man.
no!
It all starts
Yeah,
from
she
home.
would say
Hell
Okay.
different.
no!
It all
Nothing
starts from
like that.
home.
Hell no!
It all starts from home. Your parents are a reflection of you,
Yes,
and you're the one who represents your
exactly,
parents.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Because why? You share the same blood, and you share
Yup,
possibly the same last name.
Mhm.
exactly,
So
exactly.
if that wasn't a fact, then I don't know what else I
Yup,
could say.
Mhm.
exactly. And this is something that's not obviously being installed in these children, because if it was installed in them, that, like you said, there's mothers out there that have to work 2 jobs to get by, but they're still able to, if that day comes where they get a day off,
You know what the sad part is?
you
Some of
know,
these kids are not how should I say? They didn't choose the parents they wanted to be with,
mm,
Mhm.
and some of their parents are just shit.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, there's
As
some
in,
really
like
shitty
I
parents out
know a
there.
few. I'm
shitty
not
ass parents.
mentioning any names,
Mhm.
but
Lousy.
they are lousy as in their arguments from look, liquor and weed is not meant for everybody.
No.
But certain
Absolutely.
individuals, when they get intoxicated, they want to come up with some arguments,
Mhm.
and you have children, and that affects them.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So the way I look at it is this: if you really love your children, do good for
Mhm.
your children.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to do good for your children, then sacrifice what is causing the
Mhm.
problem.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you. Because if you
Mhm.
know that
Absolutely.
this it hinders you, or alcohol it hinders you from the ability to parent your children, listen, they didn't choose to be here. Okay? God chose you to be the parent of this child. Okay? So I always tell my kids, thank you for choosing me to be your mom, because I'm grateful. Somebody else could have been their mom and they could have a shitty ass life, right? But thank you for choosing me to be your mom, because at the end of the day, nobody can come and take you from me, and nobody's gonna stand up in front of
Well,
me and do anything to you. And I'm also gonna put out there that if you do something to somebody and you started it, best believe me not gonna stand up there and, oh, I can't believe it. My daughter, no, no, no. What? Mega say yes. You know, I said a long time. Me tell her, me tell her. Me say for every action there will be a reaction. I'm warn them from them young. So it goes back to Learn. Jamaicans have a saying. What is it? Learn for dance a yard before you go off. Broad.
Yeah, and another
Right?
saying is don't feel sorry for Maga dog because he'll turn around and
Ah,
bite you.
Right.
ah,
Mhm.
ah. Right? So, I mean, I don't feel sorry for these children at all. I really don't. Because if I was the parent of that, and when I saw the video, because I'm pretty sure I'm pretty
All
sure.
right, I like the interview right here. Like, not most cases, but some cases.
Mm,
Like a bully, right?
yes.
Mhm.
A bully is bullying somebody,
Hmm.
Yeah.
but they don't look into the bully's house, home, or
Or what
parents,
what
what's
Right.
what
going
led the
on.
bully
Right.
to be a
They're
bully in the
probably
first
getting
place?
abused at home or whatnot. So
Yes.
now they want to
Mhm.
feel that they're the man or the woman
They
Yes.
being
want to
at
have the control
school,
that they don't
and they
have
want,
in the
yes,
home.
you know what I'm
And
saying?
from what I gather, sorry to cut you there. From what I see on the video, it's mostly girl children.
It was mostly
It
girls
was
with a
mostly
few
little
boys,
girls.
but
There
mostly
was no.
girls.
I think I saw one or two boys, but it was mostly girls.
Question is,
Mhm.
all them girls,
And all the girls were older.
like the parents, I don't know, like is it single parents, or is it is the
Two
daddy
parent home.
around,
Yeah.
to show the
Right.
morals of
Right.
shit,
Is yeah.
you
Because
know what I
it is
mean?
it is true. Because if you as a girl child do not have, even if you don't have your biological dad,
you
if you
know
don't have a male figure, it could be an uncle, it could be
Sometimes it
some
doesn't
kind of
take blood to to
thank
be
you.
It really
related,
doesn't
Thank you.
you know what I
set an
mean?
And that's
It's
what I'm
example,
all
but
saying.
about the love,
no,
But
it
that's what
really
I'm saying.
doesn't.
It that, like, even if they don't, if it's not, is there a positive male figure
because that
in
same
these?
biological person who had that child
Mm-hmm.
didn't want that child in the
Yep.
first place,
Yep.
and
And it's
somebody
steering in
else
the wrong
raised them.
direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
They're gonna
absolutely.
not gonna look upon that person
Nope.
as mommy or daddy at
Nope.
all.
Sometimes it's
Nope.
the grandparents
They're gonna
raising
it's
Yep.
gonna they're
them.
gonna call them by that
The
first
hood
name,
Yep.
raises
and
Yep.
them.
and all of that. You
Yep.
were never around,
Yep.
this and that. You don't have
Mhm.
the right, and
Yep.
all them talks.
Exactly.
You know that.
Mhm.
Exactly. But it goes to say, like you said, if is there are they a single parent home? Is there some kind of males in the home?
Influence,
Is
yeah.
there a male influence? It could be an older brother, it could
Some
be an
form of
uncle,
mentorship,
some kind of male mentorship, because that is something that
Well, yeah,
if
well, you
there
know
is
what?
not some kind of positive male figure in a young girl's life,
or a young
she
boy,
will
yeah.
look other places, she will lash out,
Yeah,
she will do certain things that are not really who she is or the character. And from what I see, this is the starting of it. So these mothers need to look into themselves, look into the men
yeah, but some of
that
these
you're
mothers,
dating.
themselves are not grown up. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
let's get real here. Some of them are like, you've seen it. Some of them on the IG and shit.
mhm,
They
mhm,
dancing and shit. The
mhm.
child's there, or in the background, it's all
Yes,
dirty and shit and
yes.
everything.
It's
And
like,
you know what I mean? Like, they don't
and
business
it's
with
like,
it.
come on, like, really, like, if you're gonna do that, and there's nothing wrong with you being a mom and dancing, and like,
I didn't say nothing wrong with
no,
that, but
but at the
how
same time,
they're showing it though?
is are you showing it in a way
Like, I've
that,
seen certain ones in the past, like
mm,
they're doing what they're doing and they're pushing the child out of the way and stuff like that.
right,
Like,
right,
you know what I mean? I'm like, what the hell? Like, what the heck
mhm,
is going on?
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
So that means your attention and all of that for strangers is more
More important than your
important
Then the
than
child.
children.
the children.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's more, you're more in tune
Chasing the
to
clout and attention.
entertain. So you do everything for
Mm-hmm.
clout, where
So
it's like,
now if the child's watching this now
mhm,
and seen this for a while, what do
mhm.
you think
Yeah.
is going on through their mind?
Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna do something so you'll pay attention to me. I'm gonna start doing some bad behavior so you will
Ah,
pay attention to me.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing as when I'm being a
Negative
regular child,
attention is still
you don't pay
attention.
attention. So I'm gonna start doing some bad behavior
Mm-hmm.
so you can start paying attention. Hey, how about I break your shit? Now will you pay attention? How about I go and break somebody's face? How about I
another
break
thing
the
is
law?
another thing
Mm-hmm.
is I like to do research on things, right?
Whatever will draw attention to me.
Um, one thing I realize is, okay, parents will yell at their children and
Mm-hmm.
everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now if somebody else, like say at school, a teacher or
Right.
somebody else does it to them,
Right.
they get pissed off and shit, right?
Yes.
So now, how do you expect the child to listen or learn or anything if you're not doing anticipating the same thing in the home?
Right.
That's exactly
Right.
what it is. When
Right.
there
You know
is
what I
none.
mean?
Right.
If there's no structure, the likelihood of a
Right.
child knowing what to do correct or right is slim to none. Some kids might end up like just finding the influence outside the home, like we said, like a mentor
Yes.
or some kind of like, fatherly or motherly
Yeah.
figure, parental
Yeah.
figure. But
Or they might
likely,
not find it at all, and they
or they
find
might,
other
usually they
Yes.
don't
troublemakers
find it
for
at
the
all,
love.
and they
Yep.
gravitate to whoever
Mm-hmm.
they get attention from. If they're not getting it from the home, they're going to gravitate to whoever they
Exactly.
get attention from.
Exactly.
And even if it's negative attention
They're
from
gonna.
like the
It's
the
anything what they
neighborhood
ever
hood
known.
gangsters or whatever, or even like if it's a female, she might gravitate to people that are like out there just doing the most
Yep.
on road and thing. They're going to want to learn how to just be a part of the crowd because people want to belong.
The bottom line is, as a
You
kid,
know,
you do want to belong,
you want to
Yes.
belong.
regardless.
Yes.
Regardless, I don't
Yes.
care
Absolutely.
if you're a loner and all of that, because
No.
I was a kid once, and I
Right.
liked to been up to myself a lot.
Yes.
But then after
Mhm.
you see the kids who are playing, and all of that,
And it's
you
like I
feel
want to. I want to be part of
you
that.
yeah, you feel
Yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
left out because they're not
Yes.
including you.
Yeah.
And I
You
Yeah.
know what
and
I
I
mean?
and I
And
know what
then
you
that's
mean
when
because
you think about peer pressure
I was
and all
always
that
the
shit.
child that always had friends,
Mhm.
always played because I didn't have siblings really growing up,
But now imagine the
Mhm.
one who
right?
doesn't. Imagine the loner now.
Right?
Imagine the one who's
Yes.
not popular, the
But
one who
I was
Mhm.
doesn't
also
whatever.
that kid growing up that if I saw somebody like that, I
Try to
want to be
involve
their
them.
friend.
You try to
Mhm.
involve them.
I would go up
Yeah,
to them. Hey, what's your name?
Mhm.
yeah.
Hey,
Mhm.
you want to come play with us?
Hmm.
Because
Mhm.
and it's something even I see that my daughter does that too. Like I remember when the whole Ukrainian thing was going on and a lot of the Ukrainians were coming over here. She was like, "Mom, there's a girl at our school and she just came from Ukraine. Nobody's really talking to her or whatever." And I told her, "Oh, my grandma's from Ukraine and whatever." And
Uh-huh.
I'm like, "See?" And what
Boom.
happened? The
There
girl
you go.
started talking to you, and now you guys are friends. And I'm like, now you just made her feel
A little
awkward
and
And
more
and
welcome.
welcome
welcomed
Mhm.
because it's sometimes
because she no
I'm like
banya.
a smile will
Mhm.
make somebody's day. Smiling at it doesn't cost nothing to smile.
But I
Mhm.
like that the fact that she talked to her, find out even to get a
Yes.
little relation.
Yep.
Yo, my grandma
Mhm.
is Ukraine,
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
okay, and then they start
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
more. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Exactly. So
Something she didn't know.
Something
yes.
familial.
You
Yes.
get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, right there,
Create
right there,
bonds.
and then the communication right there.
Mm-hmm.
Kids don't
Mhm.
know each other, but they want
Exactly.
to get to know each other
Yes.
on a positive note.
Yes.
And you see, if it was more like that with children, like that, they
Yes.
could get along more. There would be less fighting,
Yep.
less
For
negativity
real.
on the
Yes.
playground.
There would
Absolutely.
because it's better to be positive than negative. And I always tell my daughter, "You're not
Mhm.
nobody's punching bag. I ain't not nobody. You're not a puppy show.
Mhm.
Nobody take you for a puppy show either. So you have all rights to defend yourself, regardless if it's a child,
Mhm.
an adult, but know yourself too.
Yeah.
Know your place, especially when it comes to adults, because
Absolutely.
there's a time and place. Because at the end of the day, it goes back to my situation. When that situation happened now, long story short, they try jumper, me and them get into it now. Them thief my jacket, them thief my keys, them thief my phone. Now maybe 2 days after, oh, police got involved too. Yes. um I wasn't charged, thank God. um but yes, police get called and whatever. So now 2 days after this incident that happened with myself, I went over because it's just across the street from my home where the the initiator, the instigator, lived, to go speak to the mother.
Hmm.
People, like you said, it starts at home.
Mhm.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm telling you guys, this is how the conversation started. But one of my friends was with me, no names, but one of my friends was with me. We walk over there. I see, like, this is my neighborhood. Grew up in this neighborhood all my life, so everybody knows me. So I walk up into my across the street to go speak to this lady. I see my peoples. My peoples are like, "Oh, what's up? What's up?" I'm waiting for the lady. They show me, say, "Oh, the lady's house is there." I'm like, "Okay, lady's not there." Finally, she pulls up. I'm like, "Excuse me, are you so and so's mom?" Yes. Oh, okay. Well, my daughter and your daughter were involved in an incident a couple days ago. And during the incident, my keys, my jacket, and my phone were stolen by your daughter and her friends. Oh, you're the woman that beat up my children. Not, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about the actions of my child. After me this tell you said you pitney thief before and I cheap phone, you know. Cause everybody know say I is an iPhone lover. I'm an iPhone 11 at the time, 3 years ago. Yes, iPhone 11. So it pricey. Just pricey. Okay? Thief my phone. The guy with my phone. All right. Now, when we got to the mother, she now say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, let me go speak to my children." Nothing. All she starts telling me is, "Oh, I am the woman that beat her child." No, no, no. Miss, I'm not the woman that beat your child. I am the woman that disciplined your child and also prevented your child from harming my child after she did box my 70-year-old mother. Sorry, she's 69 at the time. 69-year-old mother in that face. Okay? Your daughter has no behavior, no manners. After speaking to this woman, I was like, I'm not going to get nowhere. You're as ignorant, and this is why your child is the way your child is. Because if your child had some discernment and integrity, they would have known better. Coming to attack my daughter was one. Stealing my shit is two. Taking accountability, and then after, you still, after the incident, still tried to come for her numerous times. You friend them. You kept on going. So it shows
You didn't learn.
you didn't learn. You didn't learn. But I'll tell you, my daughter got her lip back. She found out. Fuck around and find out. Yes, she did. So, like I said, I installed in her, you must don't choose violence first. But if it comes down to it,
You have no choice. You have no choice.
you don't catch these hands.
Mhm.
Don't catch
Just
these
let it be
hands.
the last resort.
Stick and move, stick and move, stick and move. That's what it is. Right? Um,
Hmm.
but yeah. Unity, I've been talking. What do you have to say about this
Oh,
as a
I've
mom?
been putting in a 1-2 input,
As a mom. Cause
but I'm a mother of a male child, so
and a daughter.
it's a completely
Uh, you
well,
you have a daughter too.
she's only 6, and
This child's 9.
we've never gotten involved.
This child is 9.
Well, I'm just saying in regards to like
Listen,
I don't have to.
what I've
I
seen
haven't had
right now. What
Girl,
I've
did you want me
sorry,
to
go
talk
ahead, go
or
ahead, go ahead.
did you want to
My
continue?
apologies,
Go
my
ahead.
apologies.
No,
No.
no, Shin, go
And the
ahead.
only reason why I say this is, yes, you're a mother of a son, which makes it even worse. 2, your daughter's 6. She is in school. This is when it starts. The bullying. It starts from right now. It's starting as we as parents get older, we have to realize these children start doing things even younger. If at 9 he's being bullied, that and she mentioned it was happening for 2 years. So this started when he was 7. You know what I'm saying? So what continue?
So what I was trying to emphasize is with my 6-year old, I haven't had to deal with
Mhm.
or worry about at this point her dealing with any bullying, or coming back to me worrying about bullying or her bullying anybody.
Right.
So I could only speak in regards to my teenage son.
Yes.
That's why I was saying
Oh,
what I was
okay.
saying.
Okay.
So when it comes to that, one thing I notice about, in particular, my son, he's very much more of a homebody. So I haven't had like any incidents where, he's come to me worrying about being bullied at school per se, because he goes to school and he comes home. He's not really going outside where he's like mixing and mingling with like the kids that are on road. So
Mhm.
with that, like I have to be really grateful for it, because at the end of the day, like he's not out there and about with other kids that could be possibly getting themselves caught up
Ain't no
in,
problem.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So with that being said, like, I'm more than grateful. But I know for a
Yes.
fact, like I try to make sure to instill it in him, like for him not to be ignorant in the sense of like disrespecting people or disrespectful to his elders, but shit, like most kids nowadays, they got a little attitude here or there. But for the most part, my son would never get himself caught up in a situation like that where he's like attacking anybody
Mhm.
or doing anything like that, like in a malicious way, So to see like the way those kids were behaving, I personally couldn't imagine mine behaving like that in any way, shape, or form. If anything, I see mine probably trying to intervene and like telling them to stop. Like, what the
Right.
hell? What's wrong with you guys? Like, this is a mother and she's pregnant and
Yeah.
these are kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I see him more defending, you know, the
Which
matter
is
than being on the side
is
of
what
like
should have
the
happened. As
aggressor.
like I'm just
Well, I don't want to sound biased, but I'm gonna say it anyway. But it was girls and all of that. Would it been different if it was a man, a father? Would they have been attacking?
right.
You know what I mean?
Good question.
And another thing is, it wouldn't look right because
Hmm.
the man would have to defend, and another
Yeah.
thing is, it wouldn't look right at all,
Hmm.
Right.
right?
Right. It's true. It's true. It's like um and it's sad because if it was a man now and the man now got to defend himself,
They would charge him
they want to
probably.
charge him
Yeah,
For hitting the kids.
for hitting the kids.
yeah.
And which is disgusting because what if the child's father picked up, because remember she's pregnant,
Yeah.
right? So what if the child's father comes to pick him up? What y'all gonna do now? Y'all gonna fight the man? Y'all gonna fight the father now? Are you gonna sit your daddy for my daddy?
Only time to
Cause
tell.
that's what I really like to know is that when these parents now have to face the consequences for their children's behavior, what am I gonna? What are they going to do? Now we can't talk too much because there's still an investigation going on by the Illinois police, the Chicago police. So we can't say too much until the case goes to trial. But I hope
I
that
don't think any of those kids are going to be held accountable.
you don't think so.
Fortunately, not.
Why not? The way that I see people advocating for this mother, there's a senator that came to the whole rally the next day after the incident in front of the school, and yo, the man said These children need to be held accountable, and so they're their parents. So if the senator, which is basically like how we have our MPs, they have their senators. So if one of our MPs, for example, an incident like this happened, and our MP stepped in now, you don't think the school board's gonna be like, yo, the senator is now involved.
Mhm.
We have to do something because now,
Said what I
and
said.
on top of it, it's it's gone into the media, and it's not being just seen here in America.
All over.
We in North America, and I'm pretty sure people outside of North America's seen it. Pe- People all over the world are gonna see this.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to set an example with these children. With
Wishful
one,
thinking. It's a black woman. It's a black woman, and people are gonna obviously assume that she's disenfranchised just based off her appearance, just based off of certain things, the stigmas that's attached to black women.
Yeah, that's true too.
I'm just saying, if it was a white
If it was a
woman being
white
attacked
woman,
by black
it would be a
kids, it
bigger
would
issue.
huge.
Huge.
well, I just
They
want to
would have
let y'all
probably
know.
charged all those
I
kids
just want to let
for
y'all
as
know
adults.
too that the senator is also black.
Okay.
So I have this to say. So I don't know if you guys realize it's happening in Detroit. It's happening, I believe, also in Chicago. Uh, there's a couple of states that are doing it. I'm not sure of all the states. Bino talked about it, but the Black Panther movement is being brought back, and I believe Chicago is one of the cities that are down with that because they're tired of being called Chirac.
Mhm.
You don't want to be. Why do I want to be known as Chirac? I don't want to know like what I was happy to see is that one of the rappers himself who has children, school age children, stepped up and said, you know what, I'm Chicago raised, and he's appalled on these children's behavior, and reached out and said, he's gonna take this mother, that the mother who, and I'm sorry y'all, her name is Cornisha. I do apologize if I say her name wrong, but it's Cornisha or something similar like that, Korshana or something like that. But the rapper Little Zay Osama is actually going to fly her out to LA and take her out for dinner and take her and the children Christmas shopping. And I was like, you see, this is something nice, and this is what I was talking about, and I'm gonna segue into this and um giving back
Mm-hmm.
to where you came from. You know, you don't have a lot, but if you give only a little bit, and it doesn't
Make a
even
big
have to be,
difference.
it doesn't always have to be money. It could just be your time,
Mm-hmm.
because you can't buy time,
Mm-hmm.
but your time is valuable because we're only here for a certain time,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So when I see certain people do certain things because it makes them feel good inside and makes them want, it's a great thing this rapper did. But I hope that there's actual people, just regular people,
Mm-hmm.
that reach out to this mom and make sure like she knows that, and you saw it already with the school, that there she has a great support system. Like those
Mm-hmm.
parents ain't having it, like, because there a lot of those parents are looking at it like this: if it happened to this child,
What
what
could?
about my child?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if that
Mm-hmm.
little boy decides one day, I can't take it anymore? Now, remember, it's Chicago, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
9-year-old in Chicago have guns. 11-year-olds have guns. So what if this 9-year-old boy decides to say, you know what? Pop, 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 pop to all those kids that attacked his mama that was pregnant with his brother and sister because I don't know the sex of the
God
child.
forbid. Mm-hmm.
And you could see the little boy. You want to see how this little boy is so compassionate and so caring that he sat there and held and stood in front of his mom, holding her stomach so they couldn't get to her stomach while they were punching her in her face. I was like, look at this. This little boy, 9, have to stand up to his mom, these bullies that he's been bullied by, and now you're coming from my mama. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
It was sad to watch. It was really sad. It was really sad, but
Mm-hmm.
it takes a village. It takes a village. And these little girls, your mamas need to do better. Do better. You
All
can,
those
you
kids that
know,
were involved in
the
it.
your mamas need to do better.
Mm-hmm.
All you little girls that were involved, your
Mm-hmm.
mamas need to do better. And y'all can come for me. Cause guess what? This is taught the things them. I'm not afraid if it taught the thing them.
Them.
Okay,
Cause
so
I'm not perfect. I ain't saying I'm a perfect mom. I just told you my own situation. I beat up 3 of those kids. 3 of those kids, including the one that initiated the whole shit. Am I proud of what I did? No. But those
But
kids
she'll
knew.
do it
Don't
again.
don't compromise. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna
She'll
fuck
do it
around and find
again.
out.
so the conclusion is don't be messing with with mama or papa bear.
Yeah, don't mess around. Don't mess
And
around
don't
because
bully kids.
it's
Like
don't
don't
bully them.
don't and if you are a
And don't
parent that
this yeah.
treat your kids better so they know how to treat others better.
Mhm. Mhm.
You
True
know?
that. True
No.
that.
Treat your kids better
Yo,
and
if
they'll
your
learn
kid
to treat
asks you for a
others
hug, don't
better.
say why. You know?
See,
Why? Why? Why do you want a hug? Maybe they just want a hug. Maybe they just needed it.
Maybe you shouldn't even wait for them to ask. Just give it to
Maybe how
them
about you
just
just go and
because.
give them a hug? Like, you know, buying them shit does not replace love
And affection
and
and
affection.
actual care.
Quality time is what actually counts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I realize doing things with your children that costs nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes just sitting there watching a
see,
movie,
see,
laughing, watching a show.
Reading a book.
Watch a show with them. Some of these
Mm-hmm.
shows that these kids watch, they might have to watch some ratchet, some ratchet stuff. But I'm like, what? Okay, let's watch this. And I was like, oh my god, oh my god. But after we watch it, this is entertainment, right? These people get paid to do this shit, right? Like this is all entertainment. Like they sign like contracts and all sorts of like what's the word I'm talking you know
Non-disclosures.
non-disclosures and everything so that nobody can be sued for any injuries or whatever. So yeah, like this is all entertainment shit. So at the end of the day, don't think that it's cool to be doing this shit. Like it may be reality TV, but it's scripted. So in conclusion, just be human, be decent, be a
Mm-hmm.
decent somebody, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And again, big up to Jamaica,
Big up, big up.
you know.
Every time.
We will survive. We will overcome. We will rebuild, and we will be better than we
Better than
was.
ever.
Okay.
Boop,
see.
boop, boop, boop.
Like if I'm a world boss, then make it bounty. But as the world boss would say, what is on them know? I'm out.
Peace.
See.
All
Ending that
right.
now.
Shout out to everybody.